Hi everyone, Cosmic Mango here, your favorite mango from outer space. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time here, then salutation my friends. I hope you enjoy the content. So today we're diving into a somewhat controversial topic that may get Commander players riled up. I'm going to be talking about some of the most hated cards in the Commander format. From dreaded combos to oppressive effects, these cards often bring out strong emotions on the table, and I'm not talking about positive ones. What makes these cards so despised? Let's explore the reasons behind the hate and see if they deserve their reputation. Stick around to discover what cards made it into the video, and let me know in the comment section below if you agree or disagree with my choices. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more awesome Commander videos. Okay, without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Let's dive into these cards. Number 1. Armageddon. A sorcery spell that costs 1 white and 3 generic mana to cast, and it says the following: destroy all lands. Short, simple, yet disgusting. Destroying people's lands is always frowned upon in the Commander format. I believe the main reason players hate Armageddon is because it totally slows down the game that you're playing in. It doesn't reset the game, but instead brings it into a halt and really grinds it down as players desperately try to draw lands, because now they have no lands, which in a late game situation can be very tricky. However, if the player casting Armageddon does so with a winning board state, then perhaps the card isn't too bad to face off against. For example, let's say the person casting the spell has a huge army of creatures on the board and can end the game pretty soon. It won't really slow things down much or cause too much of a nuisance if they do cast Armageddon, because chances are they're going to win in a turn or two anyway. However, if Armageddon is cast and there is no win condition in sight or near to be in sight for anyone on the board, then that's a pretty nasty play and opponents will not enjoy it at all. Have any of you faced off against Armageddon before? Let me know in the comment section below. Number 2. Cyclonic Rift. Do I even need to read what this card does? I'm sure everyone has seen or played against this card. Really nasty one. I'll read it anyway. So Cyclonic Rift, an instant spell that costs 1 blue and 1 generic mana to cast. It says the following: return target non-land permanent you don't control to its owner's hand. Overload. For 6 generic mana and 1 blue mana, you may cast this spell for its overload cost. If you do, change target in its text to each. God, that's crazy. One of the most powerful board wipes in the format, and the main reason for that is because it does not hinder the player casting it at all, as they get to keep all of their non-land permanents if they pay the overload cost, while everyone else on the table has to scoop up all their cards back into their hand. Total wipe, absolutely monstrous. Cyclonic Rift is an extremely powerful card that can effectively reset the board state by returning all non-land permanents to their owner's hands, if cast during the overload cost of course. This can lead to very strong swings in momentum, making it difficult for opponents to recover. Many players feel that the card can create an unbalanced game situation. A single card can effectively wipe out the board state of all opponents on the board, allowing the player who cast it to gain a substantial advantage without requiring much effort or investment, just enough mana to cast a spell at overload cost. However, I do want to state that there are times when players on the board may actually breathe a sense of relief when they see Cyclonic Rift, as it can help reset someone's board state who could possibly be way too ahead, shutting them down and resetting the game for everyone else, which is pretty cool. How do you feel about Cyclonic Rift? Number 3. Thassa's Oracle. A creature, Merfolk Wizard, that costs 2 blue mana to cast. It has 1 power and 3 toughness and says the following: when Thassa's Oracle enters, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your devotion to blue. Put up to 1 of them onto the library, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If X is greater than or equal to the number of cards in your library, you win the game. Each blue mana symbol in the mana cost of permanents you control counts towards your devotion to blue. I remember when this card came out, it completely took the competitive meta by storm, becoming an instant staple and powerful card. It fits in so many decks in the process. Thassa's Oracle is crazy powerful and has the potential to end games incredibly fast and efficiently. Many people actually want to get this card banned, and they find it to be a huge problem for the Commander format. You can fit this card in so many decks as the main or even the alternative win condition. I remember running it in my competitive Najida deck as an alternative win con because it's that busted and easy to pull off. Thassa's Oracle's design and potential for easy combo victories can create frustration within the Commander community, particularly among those who value longer and more interactive games. Number 4, Ristic Study. An enchantment spell that costs 1 blue and 2 generic mana to cast. It says the following. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may draw a card unless that player pays 1 generic mana. Do you pay 1? The dreaded words that many Magic the Gathering players hate to hear. Ristic Study is a value machine, an absolute menace to play against. It only costs 3 total mana and has the potential to draw its owner a ridiculous amount of cards throughout the game. One of the main reasons I tried to play enchantment removal in Commander is because of this card. I hate playing against Ristic Study, but I have to be honest, I do love actually playing one for myself. I mean, drawing cards is fun, yeah? It's funny, if you Google this card, so many forum posts pop up with people talking about how much they actually hate it. It's pretty funny. This card is crazy powerful. What's your opinion on this card? I'll leave you with its cool flavor text to ponder over if. Friends teach what you want to know, enemies teach what you need to know. Number 5, Opposition Agent. A creature, human rogue that costs 1 black and 2 generic mana to cast. It has 3 power and 2 toughness and says the following. Flash. You control your opponents while they're searching their libraries. While an opponent is searching their library, they exile each card they find. You may play those cards for as long as they remain exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast them. Opposition Agent is a tutor's worst nightmare. The flash on this creature always catches players off guard and totally frustrates them. Don't get me wrong, tutoring is gross and a very powerful mechanic, and it's great to stop it. But Opposition Agent is odd as it doesn't really stop the tutor from happening, as the player casting Opposition Agent gets to tutor for something himself or herself from the opponent's library. I suppose it's cool as it will stop anyone else from tutoring once it's on the battlefield. Opposition Agent allows its controller to gain control of opponent's search effects, which can severely disrupt strategies that rely on tutoring or fetching key cards. You'd be surprised at how many cards actually tutor aren't that deadly, things like mana tutors, like a Kodama's Reach for example, which isn't really that deadly and players need to cast those spells to get their decks running. Anyway, this can lead to certain situations where players' plans are completely thwarted, making it frustrating for opponents to play with. In Commander, having a card that can effectively shut down a time mechanic, like searching for cards, feels oppressive, and this may be why so many players hate Opposition Agent. Hey guys, quick little break here to talk about Paramount Designs. They make amazing playmats for Magic the Gathering and any other card game that you're interested in. I have a special coupon, special offer code that you can collect in my YouTube description below. Really easy, scroll down to the description, click the link, and you're going to get like a 15% discount on your next order from Paramount Designs. Highly recommend doing it. These designs are super durable and they have amazing artwork. There's loads of stuff you can pick from. Great stuff. So yeah, check them out. Let's go back to the video. Number 6, Orcish Bow Masters. A creature, orc archer, that costs 1 black and 1 generic mana to cast. It has 1 power and 1 toughness and says the following. Flash. When Orcish Bow Masters enters and whenever an opponent draws a card, except the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, Orcish Bow Masters deals 1 damage to any target, then amass Orcs 1. This card generated a lot of heat upon its release. Many players feel like it should have been banned upon its release and shouldn't even be allowed in the Commander format. It's a very powerful card. It punishes any opponent who is looking to draw extra cards. This card can also be used as a combo piece to rapidly ping down opponents' life totals down to 0. Orcish Bowmaster's ability can disrupt the fun of drawing large numbers of cards or playing certain strategies that rely on card draw. Many player interactions with the card can feel oppressive, and repeated triggers can lead to a frustrating game experience. Overall, while some players enjoy the strategic implications of higher power cards like Orcish Bowmasters, many in the Commander community dislike the card due to its potential to create an unfun gameplay experience. Number 7, Jeweled Lotus. An artifact that costs 0 mana to cast and says the following. Tap, sacrifice Jeweled Lotus, add 3 mana of any one color. Spend this mana only to cast your commander. So Jeweled Lotus is a problematic card. It can massively propel a single player ahead of everyone else as early as turn 1. Being 0 mana to cast is rather bonkers. Combine this card with a turn 1 Soul Ring and a turn 1 Mana Crypt and things can get rather insane. Jeweled Lotus allows a player to produce 3 mana of any one colour, specifically for their commander. This can enable explosive plays, leading to situations where certain commanders can be cast much earlier than intended. Given its power level, there are discussions about its potential to dominate in certain formats. While Jeweled Lotus is actually legal in Commander, some players feel it could lead to unfun experiences and might advocate for its ban. How do you feel about Jeweled Lotus? Let me know in the comment section below. Number 8. Drannith Magistrate. A creature human wizard that costs 1 white and 1 generic mana to cast. It has 1 power and 3 toughness and says the following. Your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Let's get straight to it. This creature completely shuts down your opponents from casting their commander. And well, in the commander format, that is incredibly restricting and highly annoying. This creature only costs a total of 2 mana as well, making it an early game bully and can hit the battlefield as early as turn 1. Drannith Magistrate falls into the category of hate bears, which are cards specifically designed to hinder the strategies of opponents. Many players find these type of cards unfun, as they can lead to games that feel less dynamic and more like a battle of attrition against a singular problematic card. Number 9. Dockside Extortionist. A creature, goblin pirate that costs 1 red and 1 generic mana to cast. It has 1 power and 2 toughness and says the following. When Dockside Extortionist enters, create X treasure tokens, where X is a number of artifacts and enchantments your opponents control. Treasure tokens are artifacts with tap, sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any colour. Okay, Dockside Extortionist gives the player an incredible burst of mana ramp. In many multiplayer games of Commander, there are often several artifacts and enchantments on the board, allowing this little goblin to produce large amount of mana all at once. This can lead to explosive plays and significant early game advantage. If you can find ways to flicker Dockside Extortionist multiple times a turn, the sheer amount of mana you can generate is ridiculously overwhelming, game warping, and likely enough to win the game with. The treasure tokens created can be sacrificed for mana of any colour, making Dockside Extortionist a powerful tool for decks that might struggle to produce certain colours of mana. Overall, while some players love Dockside Extortionist for its power and versatilities, others dislike it due to its potential to dominate games, especially in Commander, where resource generation and tempo can be critical to success. Number 10. The final card on my list today, Yuriko, the Tiger's Shadow. A legendary human ninja creature that costs 1 black, 1 blue, and 1 generic mana to cast. She has 1 power and 3 toughness and says the following. Commander Ninjutsu for blue and black. Return an unblocked attacker you control to hand, put this card onto the battlefield from your hand or command zone tapped and attacking. Whenever a ninja you control deals combat damage to a player, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. Each opponent loses life equal to that card's mana value. Okay, so let's talk about Yuriko as a commander for this video. Yuriko, I believe we all know how powerful this commander is, yeah? This commander is wildly strong. She is incredibly explosive and very hard to deal with in the commander format. Removing Yuriko is difficult, as killing her doesn't really do much at all. This because the owner of Yuriko as a commander can bypass command attacks with her commander ninjutsu ability, meaning killing her doesn't make her cost more mana to cast or play for the opponent. So many decks exist out there of Yuriko, from high aggro to total control, a mix of both, whatever you can think of, and all of them are pretty much solid. She's an incredibly powerful commander. You need to be smart when dealing with this commander, she's very hard to stop. Mix all of these attributes together and you get a commander hated by many players in the format. What do you think of Yuriko, and do you have a way of dealing with her? If you do, please let me know in the comment section below. Okie dokie, we've arrived to the end of the video. What did you think of the cards I've listed? Do you have any recommendations on some evil and hated cards in the Commander format? If so, let me know in the comment section below. I love reading your comments and always try my best to answer them all. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, check out the 2 other videos that should have popped up on the screen. Please could drop a like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to keep updated for more of my future Commander content. Remember to check out Paramount Designs, their playmats are truly glorious. Thanks for watching everyone, and as always, take care and goodbye.